Hello, welcome to a brand new video. Today we're going to be talking about feminism in the Western world, particularly this woman. If you don't know who she is, she's called Anika Sarkeesian.
Have you ever noticed that, with a few notable exceptions, basically all female characters in video games fall into a small handful of cliches and stereotypes?
No, I haven't noticed that, Anita. Do you want to elaborate?
I'm Anita Sarkeesian, and I run the video web series Feminist Frequency. As a pop culture critic, I look at movies, TV shows, comic books, and, of course, video games. In addition to being loads of fun to play,
So it's not exactly a fandom. I'm not a fan of video games.
research has found that gaming can improve problem-solving skills, teamwork, creative thought, and multitasking, and improve hand-eye coordination and enhance perceptual and cognitive abilities.
Not your research, though. This is what we get from your research.
For the purposes of this video, I tried to get a glimpse of Batman's rear end, but it's as if his cape is a high-tech piece of Wayne Industries equipment designed to cover up his butt at all costs. Unfortunately, in addition to all of these benefits, many games tend to reinforce and amplify sexist and downright misogynist ideas about women.
No, they don't. Most games are there just to entertain people.
In this particular project,
Scam,
which I'm calling Tropes versus Women in Video Games,
which I'm calling bullshit on.
I'm going to create a series of 5 videos that look at and deconstruct the most common and the most stereotypical representations of women in games.
And how much is this going to cost, Anita? Are you going to do it for free? Are you going to do it out of the goodness of your heart?
Feminist frequency videos have been used in middle school, high school, and university classrooms.
They fucking haven't, have they? Please, no. Please they haven't.
They've been integrated into the curriculum of media studies, gender studies, and law school programs.
What the actual fuck?
Parents have even reached out to me saying that they used my videos to spark discussions with their kids about representations of women in the media.
Oh, I believe that a lot of people are idiots, but still, schools and universities, shit.
So what happens when something in Heart Lake City catches on fire? I guess you'd have to call the boys to put it out.
Well, I'm sorry to inform you of this, but firefighting is still dominated by male, both in the professional and volunteer context. It's not like, you volunteer to be a firefighter and you're being told you can't because you're a woman. It doesn't happen.
Similarly, what happens when someone in Lego City gets hungry? I guess you'd have to call the girls to bake them something.
Well, that's something we can all agree on, isn't it? That women should just be at home cooking. Don't be so stupid.
Each video in this new series will be between 10 and 20 minutes long, with well-researched, in-depth analysis.
Once again, back to the well-researched analysis.
For the purposes of this video, I tried to get a glimpse of Batman's rear end. As with all Feminist Frequency videos, these will be available online for free for everyone and anyone to watch, share, and use.
And so they should be, especially if you're using $200,000 of publicly funded money to pay for them.
In each video, I'll also be sure to showcase some inventive and interesting games that manage to avoid these harmful tropes.
So you admit that all games aren't sexist then? That's very good of you.
This is an incredibly ambitious project because of the scope and scale of the
Scam!
So please donate any amount you can to bring this video series to life, including 7 new bonus videos and a classroom curriculum.
Ah, no more classroom curriculums. You might be thinking, well, this is 4 years ago, surely, it's not doing anybody any harm now. Wait until you listen to the new shit they've got going. Another Kickstarter, this time for $200,000 to make 5 videos about ordering women who apparently defy history. How about Shang-Chi, the pirate chief, who would behead people on the spot for not obeying her orders? And a policy on taking women captive was observed to be forcing them to marry their the capturers, if that's the right word. You might also be thinking, what's sexist about this? What are they doing wrong? Well, take this for example.
That's why we're going to make this a series not just about women, but one that is directed, written, produced, and filmed by women. Even our crowdfunding platform is founded and operated by a woman.
Did anyone else see the brazen discrimination against men there? Because when a woman does it, it's not sexist, obviously.
But one that is directed, written, produced, and filmed by women. Even our crowdfunding platform is founded and operated by a woman.
And yet, charitable organisations are not allowed to discriminate on sex. But something tells me they haven't gone through a rigorous and open application process.
because we believe in hiring female talent, not just showcasing it.
Personally, I would have gone with the best person for the job. But, if you want to be sexist and risk your charitable status of your organisation, then, yeah, go for it. Back to Qingxi, whose policy, when finding out that one of the pirates had raped one of the captives, they'd put the pirate to death. But if one of the pirates had consensual sex with one of the captives, the pirate was beheaded and the woman had cannonballs attached to her legs and was thrown overboard.
This ability to violate the bodily integrity of eroticized women for fun highlights two other insidious aspects of objectification, those being violability and disposability. Violability occurs when, as Nussbaum points out, the objectifier treats the object as lacking in boundary integrity, as something that it is permissible to break up, smash, break into.
I say again, had cannonballs attached to her legs and thrown overboard. And when she got bored of running a pirate fleet, she decided she wanted to retire and run a brothel, selling women for sex.
And then deliver them to a brothel or another pimp in return for a cut of their business. In these scenarios, instrumentality is heavily linked to the commodification of women. Since objects can be bought and sold, it follows that once women have been turned into objects, their bodies and sexuality can also be bought and sold.
Yeah, because a woman wouldn't sell women as sex objects to be sexually objectified by men for cash. Yeah, Anita, that's the sort of role model I want you teaching my daughter about.
Now, I'm a pop culture critic, I am a feminist, and I'm a woman.
You're a cunt. And she launches this latest fundraiser on International Women's Day where YouTube upload a video to help promote that and help promote the rights of women.
Women should have the same social, political, and economic opportunities as men.
That is the important thing here that we are discussing. Get up and do something about it.
Because I'm sick of the word girl being an insult.
Shit, you do have equal rights. That's why you can spend all your time bitching about not having equal rights. Instead of saying what rights you believe you don't have, you just say, oh, we don't have equal rights. You not only make yourself look like entitled, demanding princesses, it makes you look like clueless, ignorant, entitled, demanding princesses who have unplugged themselves from reality simply so they can play the persecuted victims, as per you was told in your gender studies degree. Now, take your seats at the United Nations so we can discuss the insecurities of middle-class women who have never known real hardship in their lives.
I felt like women of a plus size were not being represented fully in the fashion market.
So Fatty complains that there aren't enough plus size models in the fashion industry. Never mind the fact that men can be fat too, therefore this isn't a gendered issue. And never mind the fact that in many parts of the world being fat simply isn't an option. It's only something that happens in the first world. No, come on Fatty. If you're going to go to United Nations to complain, then at least have a valid complaint to take to them.
I felt like women of a plus size were not being represented fully in the fashion market.
And I thought Anita was bad when she was complaining to the United Nations about being bullied on the internet. Shit, my perspective is very wrong sometimes.
I think it's important to recognize that harassment is, as someone had mentioned, it's not just what is legal and illegal, right? Harassment is threats of violence, but it's also the day-to-day grind of you're a liar, you suck.
As always, remember that it's both possible and even necessary to be critical of the media we enjoy.
You know, making all of these hate videos to attack us on a regular basis.
But I suppose Anita did also say this.
Everything is sexist, everything is racist, everything is homophobic, and you have to point it all out.
And how well researched is your analysis of this?
My analysis is very well researched. For the purposes of this video, I tried to get a glimpse of Batman's rear end. It's double and triple checked, but it's as if his cape is a high-tech piece of Wayne Industries equipment designed to cover up his butt at all costs. It has to be, given the intense level of scrutiny focused on my every word. This is one of the main reasons why each episode takes so long to produce.
Well, that and you're probably having a jolly good time doing interviews for Time magazine and whatnot. But if you'd really like to help people, women with real issues, then in the description you'll find a link to a crowdfunding page to raise money for the International Women's Health Coalition, whose goal is to provide sexual education, reproductive rights and education opportunities for women and girls in places like Africa, India and the Middle East. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Well, the thing is, most people don't focus on the most obvious one. You can't stand up on a ball wherever you are. It's so obvious. And I thought that as a kid. How can everybody stand up on a ball? You can't.
That you can stand on a ball, but you will fall off because the ball is so small.
Kids do. Like, when you was a kid, did you try and stand on a ball? I fucking did, and I managed it. I could balance on a ball. I could balance on a fucking ball now. Right. This cunt can't balance on a ball because he's a fat piece of shit.
We'll put a little over. There's a picture here. We'll show you this picture of an elephant balancing on a ball.
The editor.
You can clearly see. Can balance on
we'll
the ball.
get the editor to do some editing, some fantastic editing, and edit like a somebody or something, a multitude of things standing on a ball. What a fucking idiot!